There is a chilling sensation that runs down your spine when thousands of black silhouettes block out the setting sun. For centuries, when a flock of crows gathers in your front yard, human silence gives way to a primal fear. In the English language, we don't just call them a flock, we call them a murder of crows. And that name is no accident. In Western culture, the crow has always stepped out of the shadows as a messenger of doom. They are the watchful eyes of witches, the scavengers on blood-soaked medieval battlefields, and a dark omen when perched on the roof of the dying. Legend says they can smell death long before it ever knocks on the door. But if we flip the historical lens and look through the eyes of Native Americans, that dark picture instantly shatters. To many indigenous tribes, the raven and the crow bring no doom. Instead, the raven is the creator, a brilliant, cunning trickster. Legend tells of the raven using its wits to steal fire and sunlight from tyrants, bringing life and warmth to humanity. Two cultures, two completely opposite views of the exact same creature. This contradiction forces us to ask a massive question. How can one bird be both the embodiment of the Grim Reaper and a savior bringing the light? Is the thing we have feared all this time truly a dark, supernatural force? Or are we simply witnessing an intellect that pushes past the boundaries of human understanding? Welcome back to Zoomix Bird Lore. Today, we are stepping into the mind of the most misunderstood bird on the planet. Let's start with the most terrifying rumor of all. The crow funeral. Many people swear they have seen dozens of crows surround the body of a fallen comrade. They stand in a chilling silence and then erupt into a deafening, mournful cry before scattering. Humans call it magic. Science calls it a crime scene investigation. Ornithologists at the University of Washington set up an experiment that shook the world of behavioral biology. They wanted to know what was really going on inside that little black brain. To test this, researchers wore bizarre rubber masks, like cavemen, and trapped a few crows before releasing them unharmed. What happened next defies belief. The crows didn't just remember the exact face of the person who captured them. They went back and warned the entire flock. Years later, whenever someone wearing that specific mask walked onto campus, dozens of crows would dive bomb, mob, and scream at them. Even crows that had never been captured joined in on the attack. They communicate about their enemies. They pass down their grudges to the next generation. So, when a flock surrounds a dead crow, they aren't holding a spiritual ritual. They are holding an emergency briefing to gather survival data. They memorize the location. They memorize the face of the predator or anyone standing nearby, and they put that target on a permanent blacklist. Crows do not predict death. They analyze death to protect the living. The awe doesn't stop at a superhuman memory. Experts from the Cornell Lab of Ornithology point out that the crow's brain, specifically the basal ganglia, is packed with an unusually high density of neurons. Even though their brain is only the size of a walnut, its structure grants them the problem-solving intelligence of a 7-year-old child, rivaling that of high-level primates like chimpanzees. You probably remember Aesop's fable about the thirsty crow, dropping stones into a pitcher to raise the water level. It turns out that wasn't a fairy tale. It is scientific fact. In labs around the world, crows consistently demonstrate a mastery of cause and effect. When they can't reach their food, they will find a straight piece of wire, wedge it into a crack, bend it into a perfect hook, and pull their reward out. They are among a very elite group of non-human animals that manufacture their own tools. More than that, they plan for the future. Crows cache thousands of nuts across a forest, and they know exactly which ones will rot first, so they go back to eat those early. They understand the physical world. They observe us. When they see a traffic light turn red, crows will drop hard walnuts onto the pavement for car tires to crush. Then, they patiently wait for the next red light to casually stroll into the crosswalk and collect the fatty reward inside. We have feared this bird for centuries simply because of its glossy black feathers and its harsh, raspy call. We spun tales of witches and demons to rationalize our own unease. But now, under the light of science, the fog is lifted. We suddenly realize we are sharing our backyards, our streets, and our rooftops, not with a harbinger of bad luck, but with an evolutionary genius happening right before our eyes. They have their own language. They have an oral culture. They craft tools, and they hold on to memories for a lifetime. The Native American tribes were right all along. The crow truly is a creature of exceptional brilliance. Nature is never silent. Sometimes, the language of evolution is just so sharp that it makes us afraid. Next time you step into your backyard and see a black crow tilting its head to look at you, don't chase it away. Look it right in the eye. Because chances are, it is analyzing you, evaluating you, and memorizing your face for the rest of its life. Stop merely watching nature. Start understanding the truth behind it. Thank you for joining Zoomix Bird Lore on this journey to decode the phantoms of the sky. Share your own experiences with these men in black in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the brutal, yet beautiful, biological mysteries waiting just outside your window. I will see you in the wild.